Tierra the artist. Sorry about that. But yeah, um, I'm just gonna be doing a music review real fast. I got to do that and then some other different things withhold it. But yeah, yeah, y'all. But shoot, if y'all want to like the live, share the live. We about to review this girl's song. This is This is Zykiah. Yeah, Zykiah. Um, Hold on. What the hell? Okay, there we go. Zykiah. So this is Zykiah Won't Leave is what this track is. So let's get it. He do whatever I say, she do whatever I do. He go wherever I go. Tell him that I'm in the mood. Tell him I'm out of my body, yeah. Richer than Roddy, yeah. Killing these hoes like I'm Tommy, yeah. Busting this bitch like I'm Bonnie. All I need is a green light. She gon' bring me a red flag. Told him I want some blood money. He gon' bring me a red bag. I'm his kryptonite. Baby, that grip so tight. You always in control. Let me get that for one night, yeah. On me. If I tell that nigga to go, bet he won't leave. Yeah. On me. If I tell that nigga to go, bet he won't leave. Yeah. I hurt his feelings because I'm not feeling him. Clapping these niggas, I'm killing him. Taking your nigga, I'm stealing him. All of these bottles in here, and I'm feeling him. Change your life, alright? That bread will change your life, alright? Say my name, daddy, you gon' say it twice, alright? Give me that soul, boy. Let me be your ether. Let me teach that bitch. Let me give you fever. Yeah, what is you want, boy? Stop with all that talking. Lay down and get got. Fuck the fuck up how you walking. I'm a man eater on me. If I tell that nigga to go, bet he won't leave. If I tell that nigga to come, bet he on knees. When he pull up, he in the taxi with no keys. Rather spend his liquor and your money on me. On me. If I tell that nigga to go, bet he won't leave. On me. He do whatever I say. She do whatever I do. He go wherever I go. Tell him that I'm in the mood. Tell him I'm out of my body, yeah. Richer than Roddy, yeah. Killing these hoes like I'm Tommy, yeah. Busting this bitch like I'm Bonnie, yeah. That was Zykiah Won't Leave. So, yeah. One thing I will say, this artist obviously asked me to review her music before. Well, she didn't ask me to review it before, but I told her that I do music reviews, and I remember her reaching back out to me and saying that she wanted me to review it. So I was like, okay, cool. So shout outs to her for allowing me to do my thing, Thizzle, and review this music from a real ass place because in YMDR, the Rebel Matrix, we don't just review your music like some phony baloney ass motherfuckers. We literally review. I try to review people's music from a legitimate place without being disrespectful. So the one thing that I can say in the midst of it is that's what I'll be doing here. Pretty much, I'm not gonna critique it to this level of trying to be disrespectful, but I'm gonna be honest. You feel me? Because I just know how they used to have a lot of music reviews like that, where people was doing like disrespectful shit to people's music as a form of just being negative as fuck. And I didn't really fuck with that. So I was like, hey, let me do music reviews for people and let it be real. You feel me? I'm gonna be honest, but that's the only thing that I can go with. So with this song in particular, Won't Leave, I feel like this song to me is talking about in contrast, like the part where she's talking about Bonnie. It almost feels like she's referring to an another Indianapolis artist with that line that she put in there, you know, the Bonnie line. It seems like that line is referring to that, is what I'm hearing. I think that's what it's referring to. I can't pinpoint that, but that's what I heard the first time when I kind of like listened to it and kind of put it into contrast. What I also hear is this song kind of gives off the vibe kind of similar to what this picture is that is in front of me. The picture of her track for Won't Leave actually has a flaming rose in front of it. So what that entails or implies to me is that, it, it seems like from the vibe of the song and from the context of it, what I'm hearing a lot of is that this song in particular is talking about like how certain men, basically she is talking about particular men who are easily, I guess, hoodwinked to basically like, you know, basically have the vibe to be able to, you know, pretty much like easily get manipulated by women in particular ways. So I did hear that in the confines of the song. That's really what I was hearing. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but yeah, that's literally what I heard, is that it seemed like by contrast she was referring to men who basically are easily manipulated by women who are, you know, kind of like in that kind of phase of life in that reality. But at the same time, I feel like the song, I'm not going to say the song ain't relatable. I think the song is relatable to people who actually can vibe to that. I think the only difference between it with me is that I might have a very different prerogative to that because I'm not easily manipulated by certain women because of the contrast that they might bear in that reality. Because you know what I mean? Like I'm just a trail ass motherfucker. Like I don't usually get into all that kind of stuff, and I'm not usually manipulated by that contrast, but I understand. I know who to mess with and I know who not to fuck with. You know what I mean? So yeah. But I'm obviously vibing with the song. I feel like her voice is really good. I like the way she kind of like sang parts in there, and she's got a really good voice. So like I'm not even knocking the voice part. I just think the message in the song of what I'm hearing too is I'm just hearing that I'm hearing a message of basically somebody who can get particular men to basically do what she wants them to do, sort of thing. Almost like a form of manipulation, in a sense, is what the song is giving me an idea of. I can't say that that can be a good thing. Sometimes that can be a good thing. Sometimes that cannot be a good thing. Depends on what type of guy you're talking to. Some men like to be manipulated by women, and there's some men who don't. So, I could say that from that message, that's what I'm ultimately hearing from it. But I can't say that it's not a good song. I feel like the way her voice is and what you hear from it, like people could probably definitely vibe to that kind of shit. There's some men who are technically easily manipulated by women. I know a whole bunch of them that technically have that kind of mindset. I can't say that it's me. I don't share in that contrast, like I said, but I definitely feel like it's useful to someone who can vibe to that kind of style of idea. So yeah, but I will if I can put a contrast in there or just an idea in there in the midst of it when it comes to uh women and when it comes to the things that they're doing, and that sort of thing. Um a lot of men don't always make it seem like or feel like women have to use certain things to manipulate men in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's definitely understandable why I guess a man who is a particular way will use certain shit to manipulate women. Um, I can't say that that's always a good thing either, because if we being dead ass, it's not cool that there's men out here who manipulate women for sex. I think this song almost gives you that context that even though she's doing it, it's like she's doing it because it's like the same thing is probably being exchanged. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a kind of like a tit for tat sort of thing. I feel like. I can't say that I know the whole pledge, but I feel like that's what it's getting at or giving me the vibe of. But I definitely like I said, I definitely like the way she's singing in this song. Zykiah, just the vocal range and how she sings in it is really good. Um I could say what I pulled from the song a little bit that I can act that actually stuck with me. Um, I feel like what stuck with me was just the idea that, like, it's always good to know that, like, if a woman has, good intentions, right? I think what I can pull from it is that if a woman does have good intentions, you never have to worry about the confines of the man leaving because of the fact that that woman has good intentions. So I think if I know, in contrast, what's coming to my mind on that, that's what I'm pulling from the song. In contrast is what I can say, from this particular song in general. So yeah, Zykiah definitely did her thing, you know what I'm saying? Holding it down for Naptown, you feel me? So hey, I mess with the song. I like how, the level to it is there. Obviously, I may not relate to being that type of man, but that don't mean I don't like the song. I feel like it can relate to the particular people it relates to. So yeah. So the next person we're gonna go to is we're going to go to um the next one we got on the list. We got Sameri West, Bad Side. So yeah, let's get it in. We're gonna go to Sameri West, Bad Side. I just shared the live to her, so um, she don't tune into it right now. It's all goody. We can obviously tap in with it when we need to. But yeah. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to check the little thermometer on this mug. So, but yeah, y'all. This is Sameri West, Bad Side. Let's get it.
You got me driving on the best side of town. Yeah. You got me driving on the best side of town. Yeah. You got me driving on the best side of town. Best side of town. Best side of town. Oh, you got me driving on the best. I've been watching. All night, I'm VIP, behind the lights, activated, I'm stopping by. It ain't usually I just think twice. So my homegirl, this one ain't gon' know about me. Eye contact, I know that you like what you see. Pull the car around, he told me he want privacy. Do your thing, girl, you gon' get something back from me. Really want love, but I'm down with the slang, baby. If it ain't up, then we finna be banging. I said I really want love, but I got bills and he paying, and I gotta keep my self-control. Boy, you got me driving on the bad side of town, yeah. But you treat me so good, yeah, it keeps me coming round. We ain't romantics, turn the TV on for some background sound. Yeah, and me a few sex, and I'll let you lay me down. Let you lay me down, yeah, I'll let you lay me down. In my line, saying that you like what we did, all on his mind. Juicy vibes, a taste of my skin. I told him, yeah, you fine, but I'm not the top to talk tricks. I ain't mad at this time for shooting his lip. Feels like love.
What's up, Monkey D? Thank you for tuning in.
Feels like love. Gotta keep my self-control. Really want like love. Playing it, baby. Yeah, say that I can't see it, baby. Really want like love. Gotta keep my self-control. Boy, you got me driving on the bad side of town. Yeah. Oh, you treat me so good, yeah, it keeps me coming some background sound. Yeah, hand me a few seconds and I'll let you lay me down. Let you lay me down, yeah, I'll let you lay me down. Feels like love, but this ain't nothing serious. Feels like love. Gotta keep my self-control. Really wanna know like love, baby. This ain't nothing serious. Feels like love. Gotta keep my self-control. You got me jumping on the inside. Oh, you got me dropping 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 on the.
Okay, that was Samurai West, Bad Side. So, um, shout outs to Samurai West for allowing me to um tap in and review her music. YMD Records LLC, YMDR Music Reviews. We getting it in, and we appreciate you for bringing in that track. You know what I'm saying? Just to be analyzed, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, what I hear in this song, I like your voice. That's one thing I can say. Your voice is fire. You have some really good vocal ranges in there. I can't say they're I'm not comparing or contrasting them to the girl before you, um, Zykiah. But obviously yours, I like the ranges in yours as well. There's a whole different tone of people's structural integrity in their voice structures. So I really like your voice ranges and how you kind of put the two of them together to collide with each other in a way that basically like makes your sound what it is. So yeah, that's the one thing I spot out. The other things that I hear in this song, I feel like what I'm hearing from this is you are referring to how obviously it's not the same as the message that is in the first song that's from uh Zykiah, but um this message, in contrast, what I'm hearing from it is that this is a message of you basically saying like you're not trying to be tied down to a particular person. Obviously you want to find love, but you don't want to be tied down to a particular person. So because of the song being called Bad Side, those are the vibes that I get from it, is that you don't want to be tied down to a particular person. However, you do want to find love, but you also feel like because you're in a capitalistic society, you mostly have to make money too. So it's like the song is giving this contrast that, hey, you want to find love, but at the same time, you need money. So it's almost like because of the capitalistic contrast, if you mess with people who basically pay you in a particular way to do, the stuff that they can pay you for, pretty much you will you'll have a back in that reality, is what I'm hearing from the confines of this song. So yeah, and I'm a really good listener, so I think that's the reason why I heard that the way I heard it, is because yeah, it sounded like you definitely were fighting against the edges of saying that yes, you wanted to find love, but you also need money because you feel me, there's some things that's going on capitalistic wise that make it where you feel me, money is needed. So Yeah, what I can say from this song and just the contrast of it again, y'all hitting me with 2 on 2 this time. These are two scenarios that again aren't relatable to me because again, I've never messed around with particular people in these particular confines of ideas because if I want to be transparently honest with y'all, I literally just am somebody who does my brand. And it's not that I don't like women. I think that just my mindset and how I've been able to kind of do the shit that I do, like I more or less just stay focused on my brand and let that be what I be on. And also, I mean, I had a lot of ifs, ands, and buts when it came to women a lot of the times because if I want to be honest and transparent, there's a lot of moments where I just wasn't attractive enough, or I didn't have this enough, or I didn't have that enough. And sometimes when you a real ass motherfucker, like you get tired of trying to appeal to particular people in that way. So what it branched off and made me do when I did not appeal to women for particular reasons that were brought or bestowed upon me in many ways, I just honed in on my brand shit so that I can just understand how to tap in with that more because ultimately, I know how to be, a trill ass man to a woman and I know how to be in a trill ass relationship with somebody. But obviously, I think it just depends on the particular mindset and the concept of it all. So that's why I'm not really into all that, but that's why I do this type of stuff, like tapping in with my brand, doing music reviews for people, and doing all this shit because it's a form of me showing y'all that this is my form of self love in my reality. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm willing to, obviously know the love that I have in my heart as a person who can care for somebody, but I can also be somebody who utilizes it within the confines of my brand, even when I'm talking to people who do music or even when I'm reviewing their music, even when I'm just tapping in with people in general. So yeah, I think I use this kind of like this as a form of my self love in that reality until somebody make the shit make sense on my end, because obviously, I mean, I guess I'm a Libra too, so that might be a little bit of the factor of it is that Libras don't like to get played by motherfuckers, and I'm just not one who even gets down like that any motherfucking way. So yeah, but I could say even though I don't relate to the song, right? It doesn't mean it's not a bad song. There's people who relate to songs that just are really different. These two songs right here, they don't relate to the confines of me, but I feel like they still fire as shit ass songs. There's people in the world who do relate to that kind of shit. They relate to, obviously, wanting to help somebody in that reality. I think that what I can take from that too is that, just the fact that Sameri West will want me to review her music in that confines, I feel like that's a form of, the help that I am doing to her to actually help her notice and realize that she's making great music. You know what I mean? So I think even though I'm not contributing to what the confines of what she's saying in that message of the song, I'm finding different ways to still contribute to that by just giving my views or my ideas or my perspectives to the song that she's doing. And obviously, man, you feel me? Like there's always room for when we got time with Samurai West that we could do other things that entails me tapping in with her a little deeper than just, the music review because she live in Ohio and I live in Indianapolis. So we like technically neighbors. So you feel me? There's always room for us to do different things, just chill and tap in with each other. So yeah. But I really like the song, and I think that the person that it can relate to in this world definitely can really appreciate just how it was orchestrated and put together. And if I'm being dead ass with this too as well about this track, Samurai West mixed and mastered this particular song. So she also does mixing and mastering, which is fucking phenomenal. I heard how it was sounding too as well. From her obviously mixing and mastering it, and then somebody else mixing and mastering it with her as well. It just felt like, yeah, it was mixed and mastered pretty damn good. I had the volume up pretty decent, and everything just boomed in and sounded pretty lit. So yeah, I feel like she doing her thing thizzle on that one, you know what I'm saying? Like shout outs to her for having her own studio. You feel me? I got my own studio in my room type shit. You feel me? YMD Records LLC. You feel me? I ain't got no big ass studio probably like you got. Girl, you that space you showed me earlier, that space was popping. I ain't even know you had a damn studio like that. I just do this shit in my room, but I got sound panels on this wall and shit in here. So you feel me? It's pretty soundproofed. Pretty soundproofed. I gotta put one more damn panel up there because one of them done fell and shit. But I'm gonna fix that hoe. Besides the point though, still a good place to record and shit like that. But yeah, all in all, I really like this track, man, and I really like both of these beautiful women's voice. They both of their voices is really dope in this song. So yeah, what I could really put together as far as it goes, the two contrast of it, even though there's songs that I don't necessarily relate to, I feel like what I can put a collusion in there with is that for what one doesn't say, there's something that the other one does say. Um, Samurai West in her song is literally, this is like a cross examination of both songs in general. So, but yeah, the song with Samurai West, she's saying she does want to find love. So I feel like with that one, that's a good indicator. I would say if that's the indicator you have, hold on to that indicator. That's an indicator I even have. Even though I ain't with nobody, I still don't mind finding love with somebody. And obviously, I don't have a lot of, resources in contrast, but I try to build some. You feel me? I'm still a hustler. So I still find ways to hustle just like any other motherfucker. So it's not that I guess I'm somebody who's broke in the confines of what people would expect me to be, but I'm still rich in the confines of me being a hustler because I find ways to do stuff, especially when it comes to my merchandise and just my music or my clothing, my water bottles, you know what I'm saying? What have you. I'm always finding some sort of way to get to the money on. So that's one thing I could take from it in the midst of the situation. And then with Zykiah's song, um, that song, you feel me? I feel like there's a little bit of a crossbreed with that one as to what she was saying too. Sometimes, there's women who like to use certain things to keep men around in those ways and basically, almost just putting themselves in that type of predicament to tap in with them that way. So yeah, I feel like that song and just the crossbreed of it, those are some songs that can meet some people who actually see eye to eye to those perspectives. And even though I don't share in the confines of those songs in particular, um, it never means that nobody should ask me for a review on those songs because I still give honest opinions to it, even if I don't share in the confines of what a song is. Because I know that's one thing people will think. They'll be like, "Oh well, if you don't share in the confines of it, like why you got to review it? Your review means nothing." But nah, I mean, the fact that I will be willing to listen to it and try to understand the concept of it, or at least bring you up to speed with what I understand from it in general, that's something you can obviously take to yourself and understand it the way you understand it. And I mean, also too, I mean, maybe a lot of times I don't relate to certain songs too, is because YMDR Rebel Matrix, I make a lot of tracks that are like God and life. So sometimes I can talk about the shit that they're talking about, like that rappers are talking about and other shit they talking about. But I basically try to make it a curve where I'm also talking about the confines of the system and how the system destroys, us in those ways. So I talk about songs like that. I got a song called Brainwash where I'm literally talking about the confines of um how they use the television screen and the media to basically brainwash us in particular ways, and the song is basically just talking about don't be brainwashed. I got another track I'm working on that's literally called Dial on Your Head, which is an idea that gives you the perspective that basically when you chase the dollar from the powers that be, they can be against you if you're somebody who challenges their power structure. So you got to watch out how their power structure will come at you. You feel me? So that's probably why a lot of times I don't relate to certain songs that people create, because I just make my own damn shit that talks about God and life. But I can definitely talk about the shit that people are talking about. I just try to be an informative artist as well. You feel me? Controversy is about an informative, perspective, God and life, and that life perspective can go anywhere. That means if I get dissed by somebody, I can easily diss that motherfucker back. Why? Because it's the rebel matrix. We allowed to do that kind of shit. You feel me? It's not just a God centered space. This is a God and life centered space. So I can do all that shit damn near the same as the industry, but I just choose to make my own lane and my own perspective on shit, because why not? Independent media is supposed to be something that you can create from your own mindset, your own perspective, because that's the power of not being controlled by mainstream media. And so, yeah, doesn't necessarily mean though that those songs ain't fire. They definitely fire. So I love both of those artists who tapped in and let me review their music. And yeah, I'm just gonna be definitely tapping in with y'all next time, man. I'm gonna try to, if I can, get back on here again because I gotta review somebody else's music as well. So y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna get up out of here. Like I said, you already know what it is. YMDR, Rebel Matrix. I'm gonna see y'all next time. Y'all stay impacted, never controlled. This has been the YMDR music reviews. So yeah, gang gang. Let's get it in.